As a general rule, priests should not raise doubts about the existence of God. Newly married people should not promote adultery. Lung doctors should not be vague about chain smoking. This principle extends to lawmakers whose authority comes from the trust placed in them by the democratic process that elected them. As stewards of our democratic system, lawmakers should not raise questions about elections without strong evidence. But in Donald Trump's Republican Party, when lawmakers are asked the simple question of whether they'll accept the outcome of the 2024 election, they engage in great pretzel-making answers. Those trying out for vice president duck the question entirely. Senator Tim Scott, J.D. Vance, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, and most recently Senator Marco Rubio have all shilly-shallied around answering the question directly. Sowing doubt is what Donald Trump did before the last two presidential elections. There were no legitimate grounds, but raising questions sets the stage in case you lose. When you do, you can point to your earlier unfounded claim as proof the fraud happened, even though in the past and the present, you have no evidence for your claim. This itself is a fraud that seeks to overthrow the millions of voters who picked your opponent, similar to the fraud Donald Trump promotes that the last presidential election was stolen. That is a lie. There are systems in place to find fraud. No one is suggesting doing away with those systems or ignoring legitimate claims. But a lawmaker who cares about the system more than themselves knows that unfounded claims of fraud can be dangerous. It can lead to violence. They were in the building when it happened on January 6th. So for anyone who has taken an oath to protect the system, the answer when they are asked about the 2024 election should be easy. I will support the outcome, but if there are questions, I will fight to have them addressed through established means, just as I will fight hard against anyone who would incite unfounded doubt about the outcome. A person of character recognizes the obligations to their oath above their personal needs or party desires. That's why we have oaths in the first place. They are a promise. A lawmaker who uses their stature, founded on the trust of taking an oath, to undermine the system that relies on that oath is no mere hypocrite, but an active participant in the destruction of the system they were elected to protect.